Let's hit it. Let's hit it. Let's hit it. Man, we talking sports. It's NBA playoffs. College just got done. There's there's WNBA stuff going on out there. I mean, man, listen, if you are a hoop sports fan, this is the season, this is the time for you to check in and see what's going on because right now, everything's happening in the game. I mean, are the Lakers done? Is Denver the real deal? I mean, is the Bucks? Are they wherever they at? Is Doc Rivers, has he met his end? I mean, there's so much hoops going on. Caitlin getting a big $28 million deal from Nike. How Agee feeling about that? I mean, there's so much stuff going on. But listen, Hoop Dreams fan, we're going to jump into all of that on today's podcast because we got somebody coming straight out of Indiana. I know they say New York is the mecca of basketball, but I don't know. Hoosiers happened in Indiana. There's probably more basketball courts, playgrounds in Indiana than any place else. But we got a guest today with a unique perspective on the game of basketball. And he has become a social media celebrity. I mean, he's doing it all. I mean, yeah, he's on the court. He's the person that the players and the fans, I hope he don't mind me saying this, but they love to complain about, but they also appreciate how tough his job is and how big of an impact that he has had on the game. We have a 20-year veteran of officiating. Yes, we're showing some love to the officials because we've been hearing this all week long so far just about officiating in the NBA. But on today's Hoop Dreams podcast, we got none other than Rob Wann, also known on TikTok as Ref Rob. Welcome to the show. I'm Will Gates. That's my dog.
Arthur Agee, Big Rob, welcome to the show, dog.
Appreciate y'all for having me, man. And you know what? I lived in Shy for a long time, too. And I just wanted to tell y'all, I watched y'all play coming up in high school. Been, watching y'all. Love the documentary. Been probably watched it 26 times. I just appreciate y'all having me on here to try to give, like a referee's perspective. Somebody been around the block. It's kind of crazy. It's crazy you said that too, Will. Actually, I'll be starting with I ref the Fever practices, so I'm gonna be with them this weekend for training camp. I've also been with the Pacers and the Bulls for practices over the years. I still work for the Pacers. I do their practices as well. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to. I told Arthur, I said I'm looking forward to this training camp this weekend because I want to see Shorty up close. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what. I watched her like everybody else, but I want to see her up close.
And Shorty, you talking about so our fans know who the Shorty you talking about?
Clark, baby. I want to see her. When she get on the court with 10 WNBA, and I have no doubt she's gonna be successful. I mean, she shoots too well, and her handle nice, and she can pass.
As a matter of fact, I want to even start right there, man. We're gonna get into your origin story and how you got into the game of basketball, but I want to hit that hot topic right now, man. I mean, it's interesting because we've been hearing former WNBA players, current WNBA players. What's your take on the Caitlin Clark saga? Because from my perspective, it's hard to say what she's done for the game, for the women's game. I mean, she's taken it to another level. I mean, the reality is, it is what it is, but at the same time, you got to question and say, man, is she that much better than the goats of past? Is she that? Is she's doing that much that the goats of past have not done? What's your take on this whole Caitlin Clark situation?
Man, it's hard to, y'all know this. Like, we've seen a lot of players on the men's side and women's side, like, be all that in a bag of chips at the college level, and then it don't pan out to the pro side. She shoot it so well that I think she's gonna be successful. Now, like greatest of all time and all that. I mean, I think that's got to be determined, man. You got to do it at that next level. Now, what she accomplished in college, she didn't get no ring, but as far as she took them, 3 times to the Final Four, twice to the championship game, 3 Big Ten titles, whatever. I mean, her resume intact. You can't really, but as far as like saying she's the GOAT, I mean, I kind of feel what Donna Taurasi and them was saying. Like, I think it's kind of like I think they might be hating a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But on the flip side, it's hard to argue with it she done accomplished so far. Now we'll see what happens. Now, you almost got to go back, y'all, for real. Like, and I'm a little older than y'all, but you almost got to go back to Bird and Magic, what they like put into the pro game when they came in, and then Michael obviously took it to another level. But hey, bro, all I can say is this. She got drafted by the Fever last week. There was 17,000 people there when she got drafted. Bro, they ain't never drew 17,000 fans ever.
Wow.
I'm just being real.
Wow.
Come on. I mean, you got to give it to what it is. There was 17,000 people there watching her get drafted, y'all.
Yeah.
And see, and that's my question to you. We can't disregard the impact that she's having. But one of the things that's been so interesting about this whole process is she's been backing it up. And I agree with you. I ain't taking nothing away from the GOATs of the past and even the current players. But on one level, Caitlin's bringing a unique set of skills that I don't know if we've actually seen from the women's game.
Yeah.
We've seen girls that can shoot it. Anescu, she can shoot the lights out.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen girls that can handle the rock and dish it and pass it. But I don't know if we quite have seen a full combination of it when everybody's coming after you. That's unique there. I mean, she can't hide.
Yeah, you know what I kind of look at her as? She's like almost, and she's not as great as this guy, but she has his flair and she has the marketability. And I mean, it's all about eras. This is Caitlin Clark's era. I mean, everything that came before her, the Maya Moores, all of that, all them people set this era up for this girl. And she just took a full advantage of it. But she is a female Pistol Pete Maravich, bro.
That's a good point. I can see that too. She's different, man. Like y'all said, we've seen a nice handle. We've seen a great passer. Like you said, Maya Moore might be the best all-around female ever, in my opinion. But we ain't seen nobody that shoot it from like Steph range.
Yes. Soon as she crossed half court.
I give her that. I mean, her range is like you said. She got Steph range, man.
Yeah.
Now here's the other piece I wanna throw at you, because I'm also gonna say this too, man. If I'm in the WNBA, I ain't giving her no respect either. You walking into my game, you gotta earn this thing. I don't care what you did in college. I don't care who you are. You step on this floor, you don't get no instant gratification.
Yeah.
And I'm pulling a Pat Bev on Lonzo Ball day one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Let me see what you made of.
Waiting on it.
Because if you gonna carry this torch, and I get it, because I do appreciate this aspect about Caitlin. The burden that she carry is heavy. Because not only is she supposed to lift the women's game to a whole nother level, she got to do it while being hated on right now. That's that's a tough one there.
That's real.
And what's your thought on the fact that, and I mean, Nike doing what Nike does, but she get a gym shoe deal from the jump start. She ain't even got to hit a jump shot.
Ain't even the ink ain't even dry on her contract with the Indiana Fever, bro. And she got a $28 million sneaker deal. Come on.
Hey, you right. And you know what? I'm not even shocked. I knew they was going to give her some bread. I didn't know they'd give her that much. But, like during the season, I was like thinking to myself, Nike going to be the one to give her some bread. And they stepped up and gave it to her.
Yeah. I mean, they even showed on Instagram, she, her and her reps had already met with all the, the top sneaker companies, Puma, New Balance, and they was like, I think New Balance, I think Puma, somebody said, "Oh, we're gonna start you off at 3 million." They didn't even entertain that at all. And then the Adidas posed, I think, upped it to like 6 million. So they wasn't trying to give her no, like a astronomical amount of contract. But Nike was like, shit, we the marketing company that market players like this. Come get this 28 mil.
I think they was sitting back, like waiting to see what everybody else was going to do, and they was going to kill it. They was going to kill whoever's offer. My opinion.
Yeah. Hey, and the thing is, I didn't even.
Can't nobody mess with Nike.
Will, I didn't even know this though. She had a Nike deal while she was at Iowa already, so they already had an in with her. You know what I'm saying? Like when she leaves college, like she coming right to the family.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But I mean, when it comes to money and basketball, there is no big three. It's Nike, then it's everybody.
It is everybody.
I mean, that's the reality, man. As great as Adidas is, they ain't Nike. Yeah. As great as Steph and Under Armour are, they are not Nike.
Yeah.
Nike owns 98% of the basketball market. Yeah. So they got money to play with. So even if Clayton Clark doesn't turn out to be anything, they straight. And they probably already done made that money because I know you both have seen this. 95% of their games are already going to be televised. So they don't get their money back in the first year.
Who gonna get if she keep at the pace she at, y'all? Juju's deal might be bigger than hers. Could be.
And that's what I love.
Juju coming, baby.
That's what I love. Matter of fact, I'm actually disappointed that Juju can't go to the league right now. Because
hey, let me tell you something. Hey,
she ready.
Have y'all seen this in Juju? Juju doesn't play like a woman. No, like her body movements is like a dude's game. Like the way she can slow down and you can't speed her up to do nothing out of control. Like she has that it of a game, bro.
And she's 6'2", y'all. And you know those 2 inches?
I didn't know she was 6'2".
She's 6'2", baby.
And let me tell you what's so crazy about Juju game, man. She reminds me, when she handled the ball, she has like them Kyrie handles, man. She put you in a mixed bowl. Pa-da-da-da-da. And then when she's going to the bucket, I look at her, I go like, man, this girl she's smooth like Grant Hill. Like she ain't in a rush. She gets to her spots. But she got that deceptive speed where you feel every aspect of her. I mean, man.
Hey, Will, you say Grant Hill? I think she more like Penny Hardaway.
Hey, you know what? I was thinking about this the other day. I swear on everything I love. Like, you know how, and I ain't saying this because I'm on here with you, Arthur. You know how, like, back in the day, the Marshall girls came out of Marshall's program. They was so much better than everybody else. That's her.
Yes.
That's her, man.
Yep.
Yeah. Dorothy had them girls on. Man. Miss Gators. Boy.
Could you imagine, though, man, if Dorothy Gators would have went to the next level?
Man, she could have.
Can you imagine what that would have been like?
Oh, God.
In particular, just for a lot of, African-American girls coming through the system.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would have loved to see her at, like, DePaul, Illinois, or anywhere she could have been successful, boy. Because she could have.
Yeah.
Dorothy could have been Dawn. For real.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Illinois should have came and grabbed her. DePaul wasn't going to give her the gig because Doug Bruno sat there for years. They just he was indoctrinated. They wouldn't let him know.
It was so crazy about is that over the years, the WNBA and a few college coaches came calling trying to pry her away from Marshall, and she always turned them down, bro. Like she was just like, I know this is my destiny. This is where I'm supposed to be at. I'm talking about the woman Coach Cappy Pondexter, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Tony Foster was one of her first that went to Iowa and then got drafted by the Phoenix Suns.
Kim
you know
Williams.
what I'm saying? Like this, Kim
Remember
Williams.
Kim?
Oh my, she was the
Yeah,
Lady
Williams.
Jordan.
Yeah, played
Oh
like
my
a dude. Hey,
God.
speaking of, she
Absolutely.
played like a dude. For real. Remember, she played like a dude. I remember when she used to play in Inglewood Terrace. She lived in Inglewood Terrace. She was nice. Nice.
Oh yeah. Kim came
Yeah,
up
she
with
was with
us.
y'all.
Oh yeah.
She could
Yeah.
go
And Agee, they were there together.
Played
But
against
listen,
dudes.
Rob, man, we could
all
do
day,
this
bro.
all day, man. We want to get into your
Okay.
story, man, because I think it's
Man.
unique.
Very unique.
You know, not very often do we have a referee on the scene, but take us back, man. Where did you grow
Man, I
up?
grew up between Chicago. I grew up in Indiana, in Terre Haute, and I lived in Chicago too. So I was in both. Yep.
Wow.
And then I moved
Wow.
back to Chicago, and then through my trials and tribulation, ended up in Indianapolis. So when I moved in there, my son was born. He started playing, right? And y'all gonna laugh. He graduated 2013, and that was kind of like when that AAU stuff first started. You know, like a cat asked me to be on the
Getting
AAU
hot.
team when he was like in second grade. So I started traveling with him. I'm like, man, my budget is like breaking, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna tell y'all gonna laugh. We was in this gym, and this dude said, or they had a sign up. And I mean, I played NAIA ball, fam. That's as high as I played, but I played. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
dude, they had a little sign up said, they looking for referees. I was like, man, I'm finna put my name in. Had never referee in my life, man.
What?
I said, man, I could do this. But it was like kids. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, I'm about to make this little money. Man, I went out there. It was horrible. And everybody was screaming at me, and I thought about all them damn referees that I screamed at from when I played to when my son was playing. I'm like, oh, man, I said, this some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So the next thing I know, I said, man, I want to be better at this, you know? So I started working at it a little more, and probably took me my second year, I started doing some little middle school. And I just kept grinding at it. But you know what I did, man? I kind of took it as like when we was playing. I said, man, I want to be good at it, so I'm going to have to work at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to grind for it. So instead of just trying to get money, I mean, which we all, you know, that's why I started doing it for, and why I still do it. But I said, man, I want to be good at it. So
yeah,
I just kept grinding, and by about my third year, I started doing a little bit of high school, and I just kept grinding. That's kind of how it went, man. You know what I'm saying? I never really had plans of trying to work the college level, you know, which I've been able to. And I mean, I've worked every pro league outside of the NBA and the G League. So I've done like everything, ABA, CBA, PBL. I've worked all of them. And like I said, I'm blessed, man. I've been with the Pacers for 12 years. You know, I'm just a practice official, but man, you know, ain't nothing like, you know, reffing NBA guys. It gets you. It really gets me ready for the season. You know, like when I go into training camp, vet camp, and then before they go to Vegas, I work for them. And so it gets me like for my play calling. It's like, man, when you can call that, you can call anything. So that's how it started, man. And then I know everybody really wants to, like a lot of people want to know how the video started. Now this is kind of where it go crazy, man. So I was doing a high school game about 4 years ago. And I seen this little dude. I just thought he was taping the game. You know what I'm saying? He had his little video camera. Hey, y'all, because I'm going to tell you now, I'm horrible at technology. I ain't even know what he was doing. So that night I had a JUCO game. I did my high school game, went and did my JUCO game. Sunday morning, I get up. You know how you get up looking at the scores from the night before, get home. You know, I'm looking at all the scores. And I'm looking at this video. I'm like, why the hell am I running back and forth with music on this? Like, he didn't even mic me up yet. So he did about 30 minutes later, he hit me on, I don't remember if it was Twitter or Instagram. He was like, hey, man, I just always liked the way you officiated. So I made a video of you. And this was just, he put some music behind it. And he released it on his website. The kid's name is Cage McCorkle. great kid, man. He's like 18 and he's doing it. Like he's getting it the right way. And anyway, I the next thing you know, a lot of the cats that I had officiated over the years, like I mean, Bradley Beal commented on it. All the Pacers, some of the Bulls, you know, from camps
Uh-huh.
back in the day, guys I've had in pro-am, guys I had in college, they were all like, they were all commenting on it, you know, and they was giving me love. And of
Yeah.
course, you know, you're gonna have that small percentage of people that's gonna say whatever they say, which that shit don't bother me
Yeah.
anyway. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Right.
so, and then after some time, he mic'd me up like for an AAU summer term because obviously he can't mic me up during the season for high school or college, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
and then it just kind of took off. Next thing I knew, it was on Ball His Life, and man, like it's crazy, man. I go do games and like people ask me to take pictures, man, and shit, and it still be bugging me out, man, because I had people call me
Yeah.
like, Rob, why? You know, people that don't be on social media, like, Rob, why people ask? I was like, man, it's the videos, man. And that's kind of like how it blew up. And the shit's still going crazy. It's been like 4 years, man. Like he'll release something here and
Right.
there from like 2 years ago. And people still like
Wow.
it. But you know, the cool thing about it, like on the real side, on the hoop side, I think it's made for a lot of people to understand that, man, officials are human, man. They are human. Um,
Mm.
and you're not gonna like a lot of their calls. You're gonna cuss them out when they miss something. But I've always tried to humanize it. You know what I'm saying? Like I talk probably more than most officials. I talk shit too, yeah, especially when they talking shit. And I try to talk. You know, I'm always professional with it, y'all, because if I wasn't professional with it, I wouldn't been able to do what I've done. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, yeah, if I can get away with like saying you on some bullshit rather than teeing you up,
Uh-huh.
I'd rather do that. You know, some guys love the
Right.
tee. Oh, I'm gonna tee him up. 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 I'm gonna whack him. I'm gonna whack. But it doesn't solve the problem. You know what I'm saying? I'd
Yeah.
rather talk a little. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I've given my fair share of it, but if I give you a tee, you earned it. You really earned it. I ain't gonna just whack you because you bitched a little bit. You know what I mean? Because I think me playing helped too because you know when you play it's a very, very emotional game, man. You know, you giving everything you got into it. So, you know, I understand when, you know, like I've heard kids like run down court and cuss. Now, if they not cussing at me and they don't yell the F word as
Yeah.
loud as they
Yeah.
can, where like people hear
Can't.
it 5 rows up. Now you do that,
Yeah.
I gotta handle my business because then nobody's gonna take me serious as an official. But like you run down court and say, damn, I fucked that up and you run off and everybody in the gym didn't hear you, I'm not going to whack you. I'm not, but you got some
Mm-hmm.
guys that will. I ain't gonna lie. You know, if they see
Yeah.
this and they don't like it, I don't really care. But that's the truth. That's one thing about me. I'm always gonna try to be truthful with it. You know.
Yeah. When you start getting into the refereeing, did you start watching other referees,
Yeah.
like some of the people
Hmm.
that inspired you? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like yeah. Tell us about that.
You know, one of them guys I watched a lot. They always say pick 2 or 3 guys that can help. I've had a couple of dudes from Indy that started before me. One of them's name's Antoine Wann. He was a college official way before me. He's helped me on my journey. This cat down
Mm.
here named Chris Shields. He's helped me on my journey. And then the two dudes I watched on TV that just really studied, y'all gonna like this
Mm-hmm.
because they from the crib. Danny Crawford, Mark Davis, both of
There
them,
you go. There
both
you
of them.
Absolutely.
go.
I mean,
Danny Crawford, yes,
I
sir.
anytime Mark is officiating in Indy, and I know he's in which they don't release it till the day of, right? So, but if I hear him
Uh-huh.
and I ain't got no game, oh yeah, I'm there because I'm blessed. I get tickets, you know, because I work for him. So you know what I'm saying? I'm
Mm-hmm.
blessed. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm still studying, man. I mean, it's just like playing, y'all. If you really want to be good, you gotta break down plays, man, and be like,
Mm.
especially like if I messed a play up and I know I messed it up, I'm going back and
Mm-hmm.
look at that shit. And I'm not obsessed with it anymore. I've been doing this a long time. But if I know I messed one up, I'm going back and look at it and figure out why I messed it up. Was it my angle? Did I not watch the play through all the way? You know what I'm saying? Was my whistle too quick? Should I wait it? Should I close more? Should I back? Whatever it is, I'm like, if you want to be good, that's what you got to do. And you know, it's just like y'all have had some good. I know y'all have all had great coaches because the players high level as y'all played. Most of the time, you got to have some really good coaches, and
Good coach.
I'm blessed to know both of y'all's high school coaches. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, you know, it's just like it's like playing. You got to study it, man, and you got to work it. You know, it's just like somebody can say, well, you need to shoot 300 pull-ups. Well, if you don't get your ass out there and shoot 300 pull-ups, your pull-up ain't gonna get no better. It's just
Right.
like, you know, officiating. You can look at it, but you got to get out there on the court. You know, that's one thing I really don't agree with on the NBA side right now is like guys that are in the NBA program, they sending them to do a lot of high school basketball. And then the ones they really like, they send to Vegas. And I've told people like this, you know, working at a high level, man, high school basketball can't get you ready for that. I don't care if it's I've ref the EYBL for years. Even that's the highest level of high school summer basketball. That shit don't get you ready for no NBA.
Wow.
I
Two
don't
totally
think so.
different levels.
Two totally different levels, man. The speeds, I mean, and them guys, for high school kids, yeah, it's the top of the top. It is. But how many high school dudes is, you know what I'm saying? That's NBA high school. Come on, man. It's not the same thing. So
is there like a school you go to? Like how do you get into refereeing?
So a lot of people ask me, that's a really good question, Will. When you first start off, man, you should if you're doing it the right way, you should start off trying to do some middle school, get up to high school. But obviously, high school's 3-man, middle school 2-man, right? You on very few school. Hell, it's hard enough to get, you know, 3. Most high schools now is 3-man. But anyway, you should learn how to do 2-man. But then you got to learn if you got any aspirations of doing college basketball. I tell any of these young guys, get your ass in a camp year 2 or 3 because 2-man is so different than 3-man. The coverage is it's totally different. You're looking at different parts of the court, your rotation. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn all of that. And then obviously, you know, when you do understand 3-man at the high school level, we still ain't using clock. When you get to the college level, totally different. Like you can't make no fast ass transition with 5 seconds left on the shot clock because you're gonna hang somebody out to dry, one of your partners. You know what I'm saying? So I tell guys, man, you know, I've seen so many young dudes say, "Well, I want to work the college level." Okay, you got to go to camp. So that's the school you talking about, Will. Like on the college side, to get picked up at the college level, you got to go to camp. Whether you go to a D3 camp, D2 camp, D1 camp, and I always recommend go to a D3 or D2 first because they'll be glad to take your money at a D1 camp, but very few guys is getting picked up like real quick. And it's not cheap, y'all. It's like D1 camp.
And I noticed that I've seen that down here in Texas, man, particularly with the AAU team, the big tournaments. When you go there, they have referees got like the numbers on the back. They got whoever's running it. They're talking with them during the game, after the game. It seems like it's a whole enterprise
it is, man.
and process
and you know what? This is what I tell them guys that's making that money during the year. Save it because camp ain't cheap. Like most D1 camps is about $600. That's for the camp. That's not for your travel to get there. Like say you live in Chicago and you want to get picked up by the Big 12. The Big 12 camp is in Texas or Oklahoma. So you got to get there. You're going to be there a couple of days. You need about a G for that weekend. You know, so you got to put some money back. And you know, it's just like anything else. If you believe in yourself and you believe in your craft and you grinding for it, that's what you got to do.
Yeah. Absolutely. Hey Rob, do you know Marvin Sykes here in Chicago?
I do. Marvin's a good dude, man. Marvin's a good dude. Yep. I talk to Marvin from time to time. And Marvin and me both still work the ABA. We work the ABA too. Marvin's still out there working the ABA with his bad hip. He probably heard me, but but you know what? Marvin's a good dude, man. He's a great official, and he's been great. Obviously, been great for Chicago, man. He's a good dude, man. He really he puts everything he has into his craft. I give it to him.
Yeah.
Good
Hey,
dude.
Rob, let me tell you a little story about Marvin, right? So this dude, he used to play too. Like Marvin can really shoot. He used to shoot the ball, shoot the hell out of the ball. So my junior year of high school, when it was over, that summer, coming back to our senior year, that summer, Marvin was our head coach on the circuit of the summer league.
Oh,
So
okay.
he coached our team, and he was like, man, all y'all don't go play on nobody else's team. Y'all gonna play together all summer. And that's why we had the camaraderie when I came back my senior year at Marshall, where we turned our whole motherfucking season around in 1 year, was because we played. He head coached us. He told us what we was gonna do for the whole summer. And I'm talking about we played against the cream of the crop that summer.
But you know
So
what, Age? That's when because I was there then. That's when Chicago Summer Leagues was like off the charts. All of them, like
yes,
like you had the competition was so good. I mean, just look at it. Look what the Red West was in. You had Marshall, Manley, Collins, Farragut, Crane. Man,
Westinghouse.
Westinghouse. I left Westinghouse. Yeah, shit. The Red West. I thought the Red West put like in y'all's era up until the charter school and everything else is going on now. I thought was the best conference the best conference that I've ever seen. Definitely in the Midwest for sure. I can't speak about the East Coast, but like Indiana got hoopers, they do, but it wasn't nothing like that Red West, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's interesting you talk about that because I remember during that time, and I used to always think this was unfair for the city, man. All the
Oh
city
yeah, I know where you're
schools
going.
had to
Oh
kill
yeah,
each other, man, just to get
right.
downstate. I mean, if you earned it,
One,
you earned it.
one,
One. Only one.
one, and you
Only
got
one. And I used to be mad because I'm sitting out here at St. Joe's, and even the teams in our conference, we killing these schools. But when we go visit them, these jokers been downstate because they
yeah.
playing,
Hey,
Right.
watercraft teams.
Yeah.
I'm like, how is Joliet Catholic
yeah,
got a fourth place,
but no, and y'all,
state tournament
it used to be
trophy?
like even like all the way to the 80s, y'all, even before y'all. Like there would be 6 or 7 like public league schools that should have been like you had King, Simeon, Crane, Marshall. I mean, Collins had some good years when they had Antonio and my man Michael New that played for Dallas. Man, there was so many good teams in the city back. Dunbar with Paris and them. You know what I'm saying? They was nice.
Dunbar, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Rob, I mean,
One
One.
squad.
in Indiana, it was like that too, right?
When they used to have one class, right? And it was similar, right? But
Yeah.
I still don't think it was like Chicago, man. Like, don't get me wrong, it was tough to go to state then with one class. It was, especially because you had all the indie schools, only one, and you had like
Yeah.
you only had one
Yeah.
class. Like you said, it was tough. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But like I always said,
Now, Chicago, we had 2
yeah,
classes,
but
though. We had
right, but
A
Indiana,
and double A.
I don't know what. Don't quote me the year, y'all, because I don't want to give you the wrong year. But it was 90 something. Is when they went to one. They went to multiple classes. Up until then, there
Yep.
was one state
It was
championship.
just one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Indiana had hoopers, so it was tough to win state. But I always said, get like you
Even though I
said,
say
Will,
this too,
getting out of
man.
the city. Woo,
I mean, even that year, Agee them went down there,
yeah,
man.
You
That's
had the Three Amigos.
first of all, man. People don't know
man.
how tough it is to get downstate when we were
No,
playing.
it was.
Like even when I was coming out, even though we was in the suburbs, everybody we had to go
Y'all
through
Was
tough, too.
wasn't
No,
suburban.
He said they won suburban.
I mean, because we had to beat the city, we had to beat the Chicago Catholic
Yeah.
schools. So that's your Gordon Techs.
Yeah.
That's your Leos. These are all West Side, South Side
Man.
schools. We gotta beat. And I mean, shoot, in our backyard, we gotta beat Proviso West. We gotta beat Proviso East. I keep telling people, listen, y'all don't understand, but the first big 3 I ever saw was Mike Finley,
Ooh.
Sherelle Ford, and
They were
Donnie
sick.
Boyce. That first big three I've ever seen
And
in
like
my
y'all
life.
said, that's they can take that provisos bullshit. That's the West Side, baby.
Yeah.
That's the West Side, baby.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They can take
Come
that
on, man.
provisos.
Maywood is Chicago
Yeah,
backyard.
because
Yeah.
you cross
That's,
one street and
that's
you're on the West
Chicago's
Side. So come on,
backyard.
man.
That's right.
That
Hey,
was good.
Will.
That's right.
Hey, Will, just tell our listeners, how was that Potawatomi tournament? What kind of
Oh,
school
man.
names is in that? King.
First of all,
Man, come
First of all, the name gonna throw you off. You like Potawatomi, because I remember when I was like, Coach, why you putting us in Potawatomi tournament? Man, you step through the door, King in there, Simeon. Matter of fact, that's the first time I played against Coach Rob, who used to coach Simeon.
Yeah.
They in there. First time I played against Pratt from
Kenny Pratt. Kenny
what's
Pratt.
yeah,
Kenny
man.
Pratt was Kenny
Let me tell you
Pratt was a dog, bro.
a beast. Man, dog. Listen, that boy. If he doesn't get some things wrong,
Yeah.
Hey man, I got a crazy
that kid, man.
Kenny Pratt story, bro. This was when it's on the reference side, so you gonna laugh. I'm gonna tell you what it was. I ain't going past, but this is funny. So you gonna laugh. It was me and Jamie Brandon was reffing. JB, my boy. You know, I go back a long time with JB. We was at Garfield Park, that Father's Day tournament. And it's been years, fam. So if don't quote me what year, because I can't remember. I didn't rep too many games by now. All I'm gonna say is JB ate too much food and he wasn't getting up and down the court. And the next thing I'm gonna say is y'all both from out west.
Yeah.
In that Father's Day tournament, there'd be a whole lot of money bet on the side, baby.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All I'm gonna say is somebody lost that shouldn't have lost.
Oh, damn.
Bruh, I was like, hey, JB, my boy. They wanted to kill JB. I was like, I'm sitting there like, this
Like,
ain't gonna
for
be
real?
good. Boy, Kenny Pratt came through there. I ain't gonna say what he said. All I'm gonna say is Kenny
Right.
Pratt came through there. All that ended real quick. Real quick.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah. Hey, listen. Everybody knew Kenny Pratt was a real one.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Let me tell you something. His demeanor on the court, it wasn't really never about basketball. I think he just played because he could play. That Jugger was a boss on the court, man.
Yeah.
Hey.
That Jugger was a boss,
And
man.
I'm older than him, so he really didn't. I don't even think he might have remembered me, but it was all about JB. He came through and it was like, hey, ain't nobody touching JB. It's not happening.
Yeah.
First of all, Jamie Brandon, man, is a legend.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
A legend.
Yeah.
Folks just don't know how good that dude was, man. But there's only been maybe, what you think, Agee, 2 guys in at least our lifetime history that they said, man, that they talked about, like, okay, they was talking about Mike Jordan and they was talking about Jamie Brandon doing the same sports.
JB
Yeah.
And the only other kid I see they do that to was what's called from Farragut, Ronnie Fields. I ain't never seen anybody put them in the same like they started with Jordan and right in the middle of the sports segment, and Ronnie Fields or Jamie Brandon.
Yeah.
It always comes back to them two. If you in that like 80s, 90s, early 2000s, everything come back to those two.
So yeah.
They were special, man.
You know, man, and I want to touch on this a little bit too, man, while we got you, because you're a referee, man. You ref probably some of the greatest street ball players, some of the greatest high school players, college players, pro players. Who were some of the guys, man, that you were out there like, this jumper here is just insane?
I'm gonna be real. When I first started, me and Agee talked about it a little earlier. I asked about Mike Herman. That didn't make the league. Mike Herman was like, Mike Herman was, had things worked out differently.
Yep.
Hey, he could have. I thought he was, fam, in my mind, I thought he was right there with JB,
Yeah.
in my
He
opinion.
was.
Yeah.
Do you think it was the wrong school he chose?
I don't think so.
Probably. I don't
I
know.
don't think so.
I think at that time, from what I was told, might have been. Yeah, I could say maybe I can't. You know what? You made me think about that different. Or I can't say it was wrong. I mean, his game was so good. I think he could have played like any kind of style because he was just that good.
Yes. He was that
Um,
good.
I mean, obviously, like that Cass wasn't going out one and dones then, and
Yeah.
he didn't show everything he could do there.
Yeah.
But he
Yep.
was solid.
Yep.
He started there with him as a freshman.
Freshman. Yes. And let me tell you, Bobby Knight ain't finna hand the ball to no freshman
No.
and say, here, run my offense. For him to have the mindset and the basketball scruples to say, okay, I'm gonna do this. And I'm talking about he was flourishing. The offense was, it was just when he got through playing,
he wasn't trying
his
to go
off court shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, plus he had a street element that he was driving. His car was better than Professor's down there. And that's what triggered Bobby Knight to say, hey man, hold up. You ain't finna be driving no Bentley down here and no Benzo. What the hell is going on?
Fam. Yeah. I ain't even, because I love the dude to death, but I'm gonna be real. Like you just said it, like I know somebody that was there at that time, fam. They said he came down there that summer when he got in a Benz on triple gold. At Indiana.
At Indiana,
Mike different, man. But you know what? Like you were saying on a basketball outside, Will, I was told by a coach there, the one thing, like everybody know how good Mike's offense was, but that motherfucker would guard you from end to end. He played, like you said, he played defense like a West Side kid. You know, he from the West Side, man. He'd guard you from end to end. And he was 6'3", big shoulders, big back. He was the truth. Oh, but who have I obviously like Paul George, he's special. I've been blessed to officiate him in practices. Lance, Lance is fun to officiate because Lance talk more shit than me, to be real. Lance don't never shut up. Man, there's been so many guys. I worked for the Bulls for a year doing practices, just practices. Obviously, Pooh. Pooh was special, man. I ain't never seen nobody with his fifth gear.
I'm glad you brought him up, man. Let's pause there for a moment. This it's funny because I think D Rose is starting to get all them flowers again. Well deserved. Well deserved. As a matter of fact, I mean, everybody knew he was a pro when he first stepped on the court. But I was listening to some of these other sports shows, man, and they was talking about how these cats used to get the
I seen that too, Will.
When D Rose would show up, man, it's a cats don't like. I guess my question for you is, I want to get back to the players you ref too, but cats don't recognize, man, this with Midwest basketball.
It's good, man.
It's different. It's different. And then see, cats look at D Rose and go like, man, that dude fast, that dude quick, that dude athletic, that dude can do. And I keep trying to tell a lot of cats, I'm looking like, he's just one of ours.
Yes.
Right.
Chicago got go-getters like that. All of them just didn't get the opportunity.
I remember that this made me just think of this, though. When Pooh was going to be a senior, I'm going to tell you another one from that. There was a go-getter like that, too. Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon went and played with Mean Streets going into his senior year. And I worked out in Vegas.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, they was special together that year. They looked like
they
two
won
pro.
It. They won it that year.
Fam? That would have been what, like, what was that, 05, 06? Man, I told you I'm bad.
Yeah, like 05.
Yeah, they were special with it. I'm going to tell you who else from NAP. Greg Oden had not been for injuries, I think he would have
Mm-hmm.
he'd have been really good, man. Defensively, he was special. I don't think, offense, I ain't gonna say what he had, but defensively, he had those instincts for
Yeah.
sure.
Hey,
But
what you
Eric,
think about my boy? What you think about my boy Lance Stevenson?
man, Born Ready, man, listen. I've ref Born Ready in Pacer Camp. I ref
Hey
Born
man.
Ready in Summer League. Man, Born Ready is a hot mess. No, Lance is a good, but you know what, man? Lance is a really good dude, man. Lance is a good dude, man. I love Lance to death. But you know what, y'all on the real, that's one of the blessings I can say for myself, not patting myself on the back at all. Like you heard what I said, being blessed. I've been blessed with some really good relationships in this game, man. Jeff Teague from that,
Oh,
he's another, like that's my guy.
yep.
He he coaching high school now. He coaching high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
his
what's
whole
up.
family good dudes. His little brother Marcus. He
Mm-hmm.
stopped playing overseas last year, but he's here helping him
Mm.
coach. His father's a good dude, man. You know what I mean? I know I'm
Well,
leaving
they came
people out.
back and built the gym out there, right?
They do. They got a
The
gym, man. Yep, they do. They got a gym. Uh, got 3 courts. It's good. They
what
run a
is it
lot of like.
called?
It's called the Factory.
The factory.
The
The
Factory. Yep.
factory.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I don't know. There was talk they were going to do another one in Atlanta. I don't know if they still are because, like I said, Jeff coaching now. But hey, I know
Mm-hmm.
y'all be laughing at his podcast. Hey, listen, I've known him for a long time.
Oh,
I tell him all
absolutely.
the time, like, bro,
Absolutely.
I'm I gotta give you mad props because your ass is funny as hell. For real. He got some good
Oh, because he keep
man,
it
he got some
real.
good stories,
He be
bro.
keeping it real, man. He just be telling the
Man,
truth. I love all them
me
podcasts that
too,
just be out there
man.
just be telling the truth, man.
I
Yeah.
like Q. I
I'm
like
like,
Q and Darius too. I like Q ass and Darius. Uh
as a matter of fact, people don't get them enough love, but they like the
yeah,
originators
the
though.
knuckleheads, man. I like them, man.
Yes,
Yeah, I like
yes.
them, man. They good,
They
man.
they 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 like the originators of this
Hey man, it's
game, man.
crazy how
I want to ask you this, man. I gotta ask you this. You gotta give us a TMZ moment. I know somebody in them stands. I
oh
know
man.
somebody done hit you in them stands or something, and you just
Hey man.
give us the TMZ
Man,
moment,
it's
man.
so many of them will, man. Like people say, I done heard people say, you missing a good game, cussing you. I mean, it's so many, man. It's like I think, man, I'm immune to them, man, because you hear like so much, and then I start laughing a lot of times. Sometimes I look at myself and I'm like, damn, I'm laughing. But it's because somebody said something so stupid in the stands that I heard, like on college games, you don't really hear as much. High school, depending on the crowd, but like people say the stupidest shit, man. I remember one time, here's a good one. I was doing a pacer practice and I called a carry on PG. That man looked at me and said, hey, man. I mean, and I've known PG well. Like, I mean, I wasn't new to it. He was like, I don't get called for no damn carries. Why is you calling a fucking carry on me? Look at him. I was like, bro, you carried it so bad if I don't. But I'm going to tell you another. This is a funny one. This ain't from the stands, but it comes from Monte Ellis. And I love Monte. But Monte's
Okay.
first year with the Pacers, I ain't going to lie to you. I've never really had any bad relationship. But we was doing two-a-days that year. And I
Mm.
think they was sick of me, and I was sick of their ass. And Monte was like, we called a foul. He's like, motherfucker, that's a WNBA foul. I looked at him, I was like, I don't even know what made me say. I was like, shit, as many motherfucking jump shots as you missed this whole damn week, you need to go over there and work on your jump shot because you shooting it like you a WNBA fucking player. I just said, and Larry was right there. Larry was right there. Because, like, Larry at that time never missed a practice. Him and Donnie Walsh was at every practice. And Monte looked at him and was like, Larry, you hear what he said? Larry looked at him and was like, well, shit, you really ain't made too many damn jump shots this week. Hey, man.
Damn, we agree with you.
Hey, but here's the thing, man. This is the crazy thing. When you do NBA practices, like for summer league, when they come in for summer league to go to camp, to go to Vegas, Here's what they'll tell you. Coaches, they'll tell the players, don't say nothing to the officials. They here working their ass off. We got them calling it the way we want. Don't say nothing to them. If you do, we gonna run you, whatever. When the vets come, everybody got contracts. Oh, they don't say shit to them. They just, and they listen. Y'all played. Y'all know how it is. Man, they start bitching the first scrimmage.
First scrimmage.
Oh my God, they talking shit, man. And I've been there so long now, I just be like, man, shut up, play. I just be laughing, man. I'd be like, guess your ass gonna be running a sprint today. Y'all lost. Shit.
Right.
Hey, but I've been blessed, man.
You know what else, Indiana Pacer, that we kind of forget about? The Granger boy.
Oh yeah, you know what? My first year there, I think was Danny's last year there. I've been there about 12. He been gone about year. Yep. My first year there was his last year. And the team was kind of changing then too. If y'all remember, like PG was coming in. David West was about to, be gone. Him and Hibbert, they made their moves out. So yeah, Danny was Danny was
because he was about to get a big contract.
He was, man. Shit just didn't. Yeah,
injury, man.
Injury. No joke, man.
Yeah,
man. So I got a question for y'all though, because both of y'all played D1. So I'm about to hit y'all with this one. The way y'all came out with both y'all having real good names, tell me y'all don't think about how much money y'all would have been getting in NIL money.
It's funny. I was going to ask you about that, man. I was going to ask you your thoughts on that.
I don't even want to think about it. It make me sad,
man.
Let me tell you something, man. Sad. I'm crying.
My thoughts on it. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something funny, man. A couple of people commented on something I posted, and I got a lot of people that show me love. They be like, "Damn, Rob, you out here, you about to get you an NIL deal." I was like, "Shit!" And if somebody give me one, you best believe I'm taking that. I'll tell you that.
That's right.
On the real side, I know how y'all probably feel. I'm for the kids getting the bread. I'm not saying this system is perfect. I'm not gonna say that because, it's got to be hard to coach when you got kids popping. I get it. But all in all, I'm for the kids because my thing is, look, Arkansas State, Marquette, they made money. I'm using the two schools y'all attended, and every other institution in the United States under the NCAA makes money. Coaches get millions. Why can't the kids get some? So I'm for the kids, man. I am. I'm not saying this system is perfect. I don't have, it's like politics, y'all. You know how somebody say, well, that's messed up. You got a better way? They don't pay me millions of dollars to fix it. So
right. That's right.
I ain't really got an answer on what's a better system.
There you go.
But I'm for the kids, man. What about y'all?
Well, this is my thing with it, man. I love it. And actually I think it's a little bit too late.
Yeah.
They should have been doing it because I'm just talking from this perspective. The cats that's really committed to this game, that's really driven by this game, I'm just gonna be honest. Agee know this, you know this, Rob. We're there to play basketball. So while we're there them 4 years, we ain't getting all that other extracurricular activities. So now when we're done with school and we don't make the league or we can't go overseas and continue our career, we're trying to figure life out. And how you gonna figure life out without some bread in your pocket?
With you 100%. No, I'm with y'all.
You put some bread in the pocket now, I got some choices.
Yeah.
Truthfully, not only should they give them the bread, they should also say, hey, listen, we appreciate what y'all did for us for 4 years. We're going to pay for y'all master's program. Y'all need to become a regular student.
Man.
Y'all need to, do some internships. Y'all need to make some connections so that y'all can function out here.
Great idea.
In life.
I think like anybody that, upon graduation, if you've given 4 years of y'all's time, energy, the love, passion for the game, all of the above. If I'm leaving something out, I'm not trying to. yeah, they should pay for y'all's masters. And if you got a job and it takes you 5 years to get it, and if you're doing 2 classes or whatever, yeah, I agree with you, man, 100%, man. It's it's rough. I mean, somebody posted something I saw on Twitter bitching about kids leaving and transferring the portal and all that other shit. I was like, here's my thing. Ain't nobody saying nothing about Calipari going to Arkansas.
Yep.
I'm not mad at him. I mean, do what you do.
Well, here's the real issue with the portal. It's so easy to focus on the big name players that left, but you know what they never talk about? All the kids that are
Yeah,
forced into the
there you
portal.
go.
See,
That's
Mhm.
true too.
new coaches, look what Calipari just did. He go to Arkansas, and guess what he said? I ain't got number one player. What happened to the other 13 guys you
They
had?
was out of there. You know what's up? No, you right.
You mean you only got one?
He said, "Dog,
He said, listen, I'm only keeping one of y'all. And the rest of y'all gonna have to go find. So those kids go in the portal. But we never talk
No.
about the kids because one thing ain't changed about the NCAA. Them scholarships are only
There you
1 year.
go.
And you got to get them renewed. And most times the kids that's going in the portal is because they are asked to go into the
Hey,
portal. Them coaches like,
and y'all
no.
know it's this way because here's the thing. Let's say Illinois got 3 scholarships, but they recruiting 5 players. What that tell you?
Mm.
If they got 5 offers out and they want 5 kids, maybe they don't get 5 kids. But what if all 5 of them kids they got offers out? That means 2 ain't coming back.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Hey,
I'm with y'all.
Absolutely.
No.
hey, what Kevin O'Neal tell you and your big bro? Yeah, it's really come
listen.
down to who signed first.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. And I always told people, this is the first thing Kevin O'Neal said to me when I got on campus. He looked at me and said, well, man, it was a pleasure recruiting you, but now it's your responsibility to stay here. Listen, hey, man, the college game ain't changed. It's been a business
Always.
since
Yeah.
forever.
Yep.
And what's going on is now through social media, through better education, you don't have as many single parent homes where moms are making these decisions, so they're not, the game isn't being easily manipulated on that end. You gotta, because a lot of these daddies they dealing with now, these are
Oh
former
yeah,
players,
they involved.
and they know what they've
Yeah.
been through. They know what it's like, and they like, no, you ain't doing this. Like I remember the first time my boys was playing college ball, the coach, he, I called him up like, hey man, what's going on? My son ain't getting no time. Is it something that he's doing? Because, you telling me you want him. That joker said, well, Will, I really don't talk to the parents. I said, hold up. We ain't doing that one because you weren't saying that when you was recruiting my kid.
Mm.
When you was recruiting my kid, I was your everyday phone call.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't doing that. Now, I said, if you want to have a conversation about my kid leaving, then let's do that.
Mm.
But but you're not going, because he's going to say, well, and I don't talk to parents about basketball. I kid you not, Rob. And Agee, I think I told you this before. I looked at him and said, what else would I talk to you about?
Right.
I got nothing else to say. I ain't got no life questions for
Right.
you. It's about, why else would I call you?
Right.
It's like, what? But yeah, it's so right, man. It's such a game. And I guess my question for you is also on this level too, man. With the NIL situation now, it's starting to drop into the high
Oh,
school
it's
ranks,
coming.
man.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that is going, and how do you think that's going to affect
Well, you
high
know
school
what?
basketball now?
It's coming, like you said. If it's not already, in some areas it's already popping. I'm
It's already.
sure Cooper Flag and the other shorty that's number 1. I don't know. I just watched him playing the Jordan game. He nice with it too. I'm sure they getting some money. I'm for it. My only thing is, I hope, like, let's say a kid at 18 gets, and I guess it ain't no different than being a freshman in college. And I hope they do the same thing. Like, if you out here getting, say you getting $500,000, you a top recruit, or you getting 1.5 or 2, whatever it is. I just hope you put some of it back. I'm not saying you shouldn't have no fun with it because that's not realistic. We all know that. If you drop $2.5 million in my lap when I was 19, man, I couldn't even imagine. But I hope they got somebody in their lives that is responsible and be like, hey, bro, this needs to go up and you don't need to touch it. This is for, like you said, when you get 22, 23, God forbid something happens and you don't go to the league or whatever, an injury or whatever. Now you got this. So like you said, you got choices. I think, have some fun. Absolutely. Go flip you a ride if you get that kind of bread. Buy you some things that you never had. Look out for mom and pops or whatever, but put something.
They probably already getting. They already getting the ride.
Yeah,
because
that's true.
You see some of these universities now. You walk on campus, part of your scholarship is
that's true.
You get a brand new truck.
I keep forgetting all that
SUV.
too, man. But like you said, put something back. Just like God forbid something happens, you got choices at whatever age it is.
Mm-hmm.
What I love about it too is, man, now guys don't got to make bad decisions or premature decisions to go to the league or not.
Yeah.
You can get that money now and still develop your game and then go into the league. I like this aspect of it now because now when guys get into the league, I think guys will be more ready to play on that next level. They won't have to try to figure it out so much when they get there because they'll be a little older, a little bit more mature. And we seeing that even in the college game right now. It's interesting, but with COVID and all these guys getting these COVID years and the red shirt years and who the kid that played? He was what, 26, 27?
I know you're talking about.
That's just maturity, man. That's just maturity.
It's changing, man. I think that's a good aspect too, man. But I'm gonna tell you, I got a question for y'all. I thought about this the other day. I don't know if y'all remember him. Y'all know Carl Nix is my god brother. He played in the league. He played with Bird on Indiana State team. He played in the league about 3 years. He from Inglewood. Yep. Make a long story short, we was talking about this. It's so different today. Like, I'm gonna go in y'all's era real quick. Like, today, I think we seeing fewer and fewer kids from the hood, from the inner city, because it takes so much damn bread to do this now with training and everything else. When's the last time we seen a kid like Pat Bev and Tony Allen? Like, you know what I'm saying? That to get out there and guard somebody that's grimy. You know what I'm saying? That you could tell got it out the mud, man. I just don't think we seeing that as much as we did back in the day. You know what I mean? Because now it's all about spread game, jump shot. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's got 5 trainers. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's just a different. I think it is changing, man. And like, that's why I think so many of them kids, like right now, I think too, the AAU, I love AAU. Don't get me wrong. I like good AAU where I love the upper level stuff where the kids can play. But I think sometimes I see some like mediocre basketball where I look at them like your ass needs to be in the gym, not traveling 2 states away to get beat by 25 points 4 games and you didn't get no better. You didn't get your ass in the gym. You know what I'm saying? That's what I see more and more. And I'm not saying they can't develop. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying, like, everybody's got an AAU team. Bro, when we play, you had to be good to play AAU. Like, I mean, we got people, they just form a team, put 8 kids that ain't really played nowhere, and then they go get beat by 50 points, and they looking like, why are we losing by 50 points?
Yep.
Well, that's because the gym shoe brands, they control that market, and it's a genius marketing thing. But all of us know that if you ain't part of the super teams,
it is tough. That's true.
It's tough.
That's true, Will.
You just a fish in the pool.
Yep. Paying out of pocket.
If you ain't part of the super teams, and the reality is the super teams are the real
They are.
sponsor
That's true.
teams.
No, you're right.
That's just reality. And most of the sponsor teams, well, they in the league.
Yep.
That's true.
You know, you got Team Rose, you got Team LeBron or Strive for Greatness. These dudes,
Bradley
Team
Beal
Bill.
League.
Though, yes.
Mean Streets.
You know,
Mean
CP3.
Streets, The Fire,
You know,
Indie Speech. Yeah.
yes. Those. But then after that, I agree with you. It's when you look at what they charge now
God.
for a weekend in AAU.
Yeah.
We just talking about we ain't talking about getting there. We talking about just to get on that court. You're looking anywhere between $600 and $800 to play a guaranteed 4 games.
4 games. Wow.
Now
Pay
I'm gonna
to
hit
play.
on one thing. So I'm gonna hit on the ref side, fam. On the ref side of this, I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna be within $5 of any state, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
All these AAU tournaments that charge $20, $15 passes, $20 passes, the ungodly money for food, the nasty ass hot dog they charging $5 for, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
You know how much they paying the average official per AAU game?
75.
$35. So if you do
What?
4 games, yes, sir. I've been doing this a long time. Now, I can't speak for the West Coast, but I can speak. I've worked in Dallas. I've worked in Houston. I've worked in Virginia. I've worked in Arkansas, Tennessee. I've done I was an AAU national official before they kind of dropped the program when basically, like you said, Will, the shoe circuit basically took over. You remember, because AAU Nationals used to be big back in the day. The AAU Super Showcase in Orlando, I've worked all that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We used to get 25, bro. We get $30 to $35 per game. So if you see, like me,
wow.
I work 4 games, I'm done. I don't try to make all the money no more. I try to make, like, in the off season, I try to stretch my budget out. That's all. I'm real with it. But you see them dudes that's on the court. That's why you see them bum-ass officials, I must say it, because we have a whole lot of them that's just out there to get a check. And they don't pass, and most of them don't get across half court. And as somebody that does take pride in their craft, that shit drive me crazy. I mean, because it's like, for me, like where I'm at, my guy that assigns around here, I'd be like, bro, put me with somebody good, because I'm not working with no bum ass. I'm not. They don't pay me enough to carry him. So that's why,
too, man.
fam.
I done seen some of them referees. They can't even get
shit,
past half court, but some of them can't even run.
They not even real.
They be out there limping. I'm looking like, how you doing this game? You can't even walk.
And I'm gonna say it. And the motherfuckers is doing 8 games a day. And they listen.
He said 8 games.
And they can't do 1 game right. And whoever hear this, if they officiate and it fits them, they deserve to hear it. I don't care, because they cheating the craft, fam. I'm not listening. I mean, on most time, traveling exposure basketball outside of the circuits, and I work all them too. That's a little different, because you're really working with more quality guys, because it's either a college camp or they bring in guys that's at a good level. But like just the normal, like shit, when you see like whoever, bruh, they can't, they putting bodies on the court. That's all they doing.
Yeah.
The majority of these dudes don't even work during the season, or they work middle school or JV. And there's nothing wrong with that if you're starting off. I'm not hating it. I'm talking about the dudes that take 8 games and don't come across half court, like you said.
Of course.
I'd be like, and then they don't even know the rules. Some of them don't even know the rules. I'd be like,
don't even know the rules.
I'm like, what the hell is that? Where'd that come from? This is something I asked one of my people. I'd be like, is that something new that Federation just passed and I ain't seen in the book yet? I mean, are you serious? It is bad. And
Rob,
just like, but Will,
I done got in a couple of arguments with some refs.
I bet you did.
Like, I done got into some with my AU team, man. I done got into some conversations with some refs.
Hey, look.
I looked at one dude. I said, hey, man, you watching me more than you are the game.
He probably wanted your autograph, bro.
Real. Hey, people. Hey, look, I gotta throw this in there too, because I noticed this when I've been watching your videos, Rob. I've never seen no, I mean, you got a swag about you when you reffing. Like you built up like a little pit bull.
Yeah.
So I ain't never seen nobody try you from the stands. You know what I'm saying? Like I done seen some teams or get into it with the ref and they didn't try to swing on the ref.
So I'm gonna be real with you. Let me tell you, that's funny you said that, but it's real. No, you see it all the time, bruh.
Yeah,
Will, I know you see it too, whether you in Texas, whatever. The shit you see it on social media all the time. Like, here's me.
Yeah.
What I do is when the game's over, AAU season. Obviously, high school, college, we talking about something different. And sometimes you got to specify this because people don't get it. High school, college, we go to locker room. Shit's done. We supposed to move as fast as we came to the locker room. That's traditional, whether it's NBA, college, high school. Well, when you're doing 4 games, I always have a little chair on out of the way. When the game's over, I go sitting out. Usually, I know people's in the gym, and people come up to me, or I say, "Hey, what's up? How you doing?" Chop it up briefly, sit down, give me some water. I'm ready to do my next game and get done. But no, I've been blessed. I haven't. You know what? I ain't gonna lie to you. Probably my 7th, 8th year, I used to do men's league too when I first started, and I think it made me a better official. And I had a little altercation that didn't end well for my man. So I'm not saying that didn't hurt, but when on that AAU side, whoever I work with, I always said this: God forbid, something ever happens. I always tell my partner, I'm gonna fight for you, so your ass better fight for me, or when this shit's over, I'm fighting you. Because I done seen refs get beat up and their partners are sitting there looking at them, bro. I can't do that, man. I ain't cut from that cloth. I ain't cut from that cloth. I can't. If I got, just like I was telling y'all that situation out of Garfield Park back in the day, I was with my man. I would have got it with him. I wasn't gonna run off and leave him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even though his ass ate too much damn food that day. But anyway, no, I'm gonna call him and tell him I said that shit too. But anyway, no, I've been blessed, man. I got, like you said, I guess I got a little swag about myself. I know how to talk to people. I've been around the block, you know what I'm saying? And some of the things I did in my checkered past probably didn't hurt me either. It developed things that helped me communicate in a good manner. So I just try to communicate, man. And that's what Bradley Beal told me, y'all. I had Bradley Beal Elite, and he was one of the first pros to comment on one of them videos. And I hit him up, and I thanked him for it. He was like, "Bro, you my guy," And so I think the relationships you build, just like with y'all, man, and what y'all have accomplished in y'all's lives through the documentary, y'all's basketball journey, bro. Listen, I don't ride nobody, but listen, what I'm saying is y'all shit is special, man, for real. And I'm not just saying that because I'm on here with y'all. I've watched y'all's documentary 26 times, y'all. So I have.
I come from that. I know it.
So what y'all have accomplished, man, is it's a lot, man. And I'm proud to be on y'all's podcast for real.
No, we glad to have you, man. We got a couple more questions for you, man. But I gotta ask you about this. The culture of the game has changed, whether it be from the refereeing side to the player side. Do you think the game of basketball is in a good place right now?
Yeah, I do, man. I mean, I know from our generation, it's different than it was. I know, Touch, you a huge fan. You was always an Isaiah fan. That shows you how much I follow you.
Yeah.
Obviously, all the things that it's a different game. Obviously, the NBA we all know is totally different than it was from '90s and even in the early 2000s, right? And I think it's in a good place. A lot of people don't like it because they say there's too many threes, right? They say there's no post game, right? But it is what it is, it's exciting. The playoffs are always the bomb. I think the college game's in a pretty good place. Is there always things that could be done probably a little better? Yeah, but I guess I'm just one of the people that's been able to transition with it, and I still love it, man. Obviously, with what the NBA is, one thing I think we all gotta not deal with. That ain't a good word, but realize them foreign cats is coming, and they not gonna stop. They coming, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
I listened to Luca, man, say 3 years ago, hey, it's easier to score in the NBA than it is in Spain.
Yeah.
I mean, and
ain't
hey,
lying,
fam, how
though.
can you say it's not when he out there dropping
The
35 every night?
the
Easy
three
too.
dudes
Easy.
that's up for MVP of the NBA
Yeah.
ain't now one of them American.
And then,
You got
fam,
You got Shea from Canada.
right.
You got Joker, and then you got Luca.
Yeah. And then
That's it.
if you really want to look at the next cat that's probably right after them, it's probably Giannis. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we don't even
Yeah.
think about guys like Jamal Murray from Canada.
Right.
There's so many guys hey fam, they coming, man. I mean, if you look at the college game right now, and this is where, so I'm gonna ask y'all's opinion on this. I don't think college basketball, I'm talking about the game itself,
Mm-hmm.
is getting a lot of guys ready for the league. I think the ones that are coming out one and done, they probably ready anyway, right? Because
Yep.
athletically,
Yep.
potentially, whatever you want to say. But it's kind of hard, man. I'm not knocking the college game, but I don't know how much, in my opinion, I'm just saying, I don't know how much it develops you. I think some coaches develop better than others on pro side, but
Mm-hmm.
so let's do a prime example. Throw the question out to y'all. I've met him a couple times, and he's a super good kid. Zach Edey. What y'all think pro side for him?
I think Zach Edey got a good upside. I don't think his his IQ of being a big man, like he's not a Yao Ming.
Right.
Like Yao Ming was totally different. Like he's not that.
I agree.
But I like his upside because he seems very intelligent and can pick up on things real quick. What I didn't like about his game is that he never came back over his left shoulder. He always used to go right. He always going right until the championship game where he went over his left shoulder. One time he came back the other way. And I was like, damn, why it took this long for him to come back over his left shoulder? Because it's not being taught. On, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think he's ready.
What?
Personally. To me, he's like the kid from Kentucky to beat. But that his name?
Yeah, I think
Tibet.
so.
To beat,
Tibet.
something
Yeah.
like that.
Hashim Tibet.
I don't think he's ready. He's 7'5", so he's going to get a
Yeah.
shot because they say you can't teach height. But in terms of being able to contribute on an
what
NBA
I'm
team
wondering.
and having any kind of impact, he ain't ready for that.
It's a project.
And I don't know if he will ever be ready for that. Right. I think he's still a project.
Yeah.
Like he still needs more time in college. But the thing is, he's so big, there's no answer for his bigness
Yeah.
in college. And I think that's what's missing with a lot of guys. They don't get to compete all the time at the highest level where there is a demand for him to be great all the time. Who on his team is giving him
Nobody.
any kind of on
Nobody.
any level, any
I
kind of
think-
competition?
I think, man, what he needs to do is, like, if you look at him, where I worry about him is he was a great rim protector in college, right? But y'all know the league, man. Like, who plays on the block right now? Like, even your two best centers, Embiid and Joker, they starting high post. They ain't starting out on no block. Joker free throw line extended, Embiid free. Now they drop down, right? But they not starting that offense. And you know that the reason why is if he on that block, that takes them driving lanes away.
Yeah.
I mean, that's today's NBA. You know, whether we like it or don't like it, whatever, but that's the reality of it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pulling him away
Me too.
anyway. I mean, we saw it in the championship game.
His footwork is slow, very
Yeah.
slow.
That's
Footwork
yeah.
is slow, but the other kid for Connecticut, his athleticism
Yes.
look sharper, look crisper,
Clanging.
Yep.
look better. And here's the thing: I don't know how ready he really
I agree
is.
with you.
He was just a beast in the NCAA tournament. But I don't know if we're ever going to see. Oh, I hope we do. But I don't know if we'll ever see the packages like we used to. Like you knew when, and I don't want to try to break this down era by era, but there are guys when they get to the league, you're
Yeah,
like,
they gonna get it in.
that
Yeah,
dude,
they gonna get it in.
they gonna get it in.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's tough, man.
I just think on the collegiate level right now, because I hate to say it this way, because all the good guys are all going to the same schools
That's
now.
true too.
They don't get to compete against greatness anymore. So even on the collegiate level, it's a you got your top 2-3 schools on the collegiate level, then 4 to 25 is interchangeable at any time. That's why even a team like Purdue could lose 6 games and still be a number 1 seed.
That's true.
Mm.
That's true.
NCAA tournament.
And I even think it's even trickled down to the high school, y'all, because now you get a kid that's that dude. I don't even care if it's Chicago, Indiana, Texas, wherever. It's a real good chance where he going. If he really that dude, one of them prep schools.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
One of them prep schools. I mean, it's tough, man.
And they
know,
and they getting out, and the prep schools is really getting all the shine over the natural traditional high schools.
Did y'all watch that? What was it called? The one they just had. It was I didn't go, but it was in Indiana. It was right in right outside Nap. That high school shootout they did about 2 weeks ago.
I saw it on TV.
The Chalope thing. Yeah, they had all them down. You know what I'm saying? They were all down there, and but that's what we going to. That's what we, like the days of lining up, like we was talking about the Red West. Them days is probably over, fam. Marshall got about 200 kids in it now.
You said it earlier, man. You was talking about the overseas guys. They're bringing a side of the fundamental game with athleticism.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And so you're getting that package over there. Whereas here, you're right. When you look on, you can if a kid is trying to get better in the gym and they look up YouTube videos, every drill is going to be about how you can put that ball in the basket.
Yeah.
Every drill. Get your handles right. Work on your shots. Spread your finger. I mean, everybody but nobody's giving you that training on the intelligence of the game, understanding positioning, knowing ball you man. Like they're not getting all of those things, and so they wonder why. I mean, you look at the big fella right now, man, in San Antonio. People say what they want to say. That dude gonna be the best player in the league.
About 3 years.
And
quick.
Yes.
Quick, fam. He is. No, you're right.
He's already. I mean, if he don't win it, it's just because he's a rookie. But he should be the defensive player of the year.
And they probably gonna give it to Gobert. I got a feeling, but I agree with you. And
what I like about Wemby is that we've seen him get tested here.
Yeah.
And he responded.
No, I agree. And here's the thing too, fam. I hate to put it like this, so just and a couple of cats that told me this on pro side. Take Joker. Giannis got a lot better on his own, so I don't really want to put him in this category. Joker, Luka, especially those two. Embiid, until he came here, very little AAU, no college. Like, obviously they was playing pro at 15 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
like they said, they teaching them dudes that them basketball schools over there. They teaching them dudes, like if you see a Joker or you see a Luca or you see whoever, they said, we're gonna teach you how to be a pro. Not how to be a college player, not how to play AAU, be a pro.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that might be the difference. I think eventually, I heard Adam say this after maybe it was the All-Star game, y'all. He said something like, if I'm not wording this right, I think I'm close because I mess words up sometimes, y'all. But he said something like, we might have to take a look at what they doing in Europe as far as the training for their best players. And I don't know what that means, but I think, man, y'all, hey, look, I'm a part of it because I ref it and it's profitable. But I mean, I think like AU side, you shouldn't play more than 2 games a day. I think it's ridiculous when you play 3 games a day. I think
Yep.
if you play maybe in the morning or mid-afternoon and then you play in the evening, okay, as long as you 9 deep.
Deep.
But I just think playing, bro, they not. I mean, we played, but look, both of y'all grew up out west. Y'all played outside. I know y'all did.
Played outside.
I know y'all
Yeah.
played outside.
That's totally
Everybody
different.
did.
Yes.
Yeah, we all played outside. So, you know, and I think that's where our toughness came from too. And I think we lacked that too, fam. Because we were out on that court. I don't care how good you was. If you lost, you was about to sit for a minute. Didn't nobody want to sit. Come on. Am I wrong?
So you're going to go extra hard.
Yeah. So I think we missing that too. I mean, I'm not saying I don't know, man, but I think there's a lot of things that we don't have today that we had back in the day. So talent-wise, yeah, these kids can shoot better than us. I mean, I'm being real, like everybody can shoot. Like, you know, Will, you was an elite shooter, but I'm saying like all these kids shoot. I mean, we got 6'9" centers shooting jump shots.
Man, first of all, these kids, they're bigger, they're stronger, they're faster, they're more athletic. These cats, man, on they worst days, they head getting over the rim. I mean, it ain't even that. I don't even think that's the question. I think what we're seeing a lot of is that, and I hate to say this, man, but I don't know if the love of the game is being taught anymore. I don't know if the hunger for the game, and of course, coming up the way we came up, we had a different purpose. We fighting to get out of situations. We fighting, and so we also used the court. That was like our safe haven. We took all of our energy, you know, from beating up the world out on the court. But I look at a lot, and you said it earlier, Rob. A lot of these kids, man, they're not getting out there playing the game. Like I even look at my kids. I look at my youngest boy, and I go like, man, you didn't have the hunger like your brothers did. Your brothers grew up. He grew up in Texas. He grew up in suburban Texas. They grew up on the west side of Chicago. Like my oldest boy, Will Jr., he done heard, man, you so soft. You little light-skinned yourself. I hate all you little light-skinned dudes. You know, but I don't know if even now, like even on the AAU circuits, man, when you go out there and you walk into a gym, it's 5,000 teams.
Oh my God, yeah.
Of that 5,000 teams, maybe 3 of them got worth watching.
It's different, man. It's so different, man. I mean, everything different. Just like we was talking about, don't nobody play outside no more. But I mean, and it's people forget.
Yeah.
Speaking on Chicago, there was more murders in the 90s than there was today. People forget that because of the money that was flowing. We know that. But like, look at y'all. When y'all from out west, when y'all went to when y'all did go to the park, y'all really didn't have to worry because they knew you was a hooper. That was a little different too.
Yeah.
You got to pass, bro. I mean, most people got to pass.
Oh,
most people got to pass.
We got the pass, and not only did we get a pass, you know what they would do? They would tell you, "Hey, It's about to go down.
Take
You
your
might
ass
want to
home.
leave now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They might
Yes,
put a little
sir.
money
Yes,
in your
sir.
pocket, like to keep you straight, but like they wasn't gonna put you in no situation where you could probably end your career or mess yourself up if you chose to do that. You know, we all know people that made bad choices. Shit, me one of them. But what I'm saying is, yeah, it's a different, yeah, but that's different. The culture's different, fam.
Yeah, and I would say the only kind of two cities that maybe have that same, and like you said, it's not like it was back then, but the only two cities that I think that still have that outdoor element to their game is New York and LA.
You're probably right, fam.
Is New
Because
York and LA.
no, I think you're 100% right because, like, I've been here 20 years, and
Yeah.
they played a little bit outside when I first got here, but don't none of the upper level kids that's going to college, don't none of them kids play
No,
outside. Don't none of them
outside.
kids play
Yeah.
outside. No, ain't none of them.
That's what I would love. I would love to see these upper level high profile basketball players
Absolutely, I know where you're going.
Try to go to New York and play in the Dykeman.
Yeah,
Try to go to New York and play in the Rucker.
yeah,
Try to go to LA, play at Venice Beach.
yeah.
Play at my man Baron Davis and them gym. That's where you go test yourself at.
Like in my era, like I'm old young. When we played, we used to play in the low end underneath the L on 18th Street. That was like late 80s, early. That was the best in the city, bro. And then y'all always had out west, always had Garfield Park, Marilock House, Columbus Park. Y'all had everywhere. Y'all had, and we had it out south too, Washington Park. But now, like you said, ain't nobody playing outside. It's crazy, man. It is.
Yeah.
I wish we could.
Well, Agee, I ain't gonna disagree with you on are those the two best cities, but I am gonna say this. I don't know where Coach Hurley is getting his kids from, but I'm following him on every recruiting trip he go on. If I'm a college coach right now, I'm watching every game he's ever coached at Connecticut, and I'm going. If wherever gym he's recruiting at, I'm right in them gym because he going and get the dogs.
Will, let me ask you this, Will. Was any of his kids of the last 2 years, were they McDonald's All-Americans or were they where they come from?
None of them.
I think
none of them.
If the only one that might be Will, I'm sure you're right, was that freshman that just put his name in. He might have made it. He might not have, but he probably was the highest ranked kid they had.
Right. I think he was a 4-star for him.
Because the rest of them,
like I don't think he had any 5-star players.
Man, he's recruiting. I saw him say something, fam. He said something like, I want NBA players. I want guys that have NBA ability. Let me say it right.
Mm-hmm.
I want guys that have NBA ability with that can play in my system. And I saw something else he played. This is like from a referee side again, fam. And I know y'all see it because especially you, Will, as far as coaching. I don't know if you're still coaching or not, but when you was, these parents, ridiculous feeling like their kids is D1 and they not a D1 player. And then Hurley said this too. I'm not recruiting no parents. I'm not recruiting no kids that parents is like up in the stands. They look like their heads is about to explode. Because he said, I'm not dealing with that in my program. I don't have to. So, like they said, sometimes them coaches is recruiting the parents as well. I feel like I feel what you said earlier, Will. Like, I feel like as a parent, you could be like, hey, if you call like you did, I just want to understand why my kid ain't playing. I'm not questioning your thing, but like, what is he not doing? What can I get in my shorty's ear and say, hey, coach said you're not aggressive enough on offense. You're not picking up full court. Whatever it may be.
And let me clarify that too, because I want people to understand. I ain't busting into no coach's office and doing that. What I'm coming from this perspective of saying, I just can't give you my kid for 4 years and you not expect me as his father to still have an influence in his life. And then when you done with him, or he's no more value to you, you toss him
Right.
back to me.
I understand that.
No, let's work together. We're part of this together. Now, if he know, and I've always been this way. If my kid don't fit what you're doing, just let us
to make a
know.
move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and let us make a decision on that. Don't sneak years and
Right.
steal years. But listen, man, we could talk about that forever. Rob, man, listen, Agee and I
Hey
appreciate
man,
you so much for doing the show with us, man.
I love, hey man, anytime I can ever do, like, come on here, man. I love talking hoop with y'all.
But before you get out of here,
Yes,
man,
sir.
my dog got one final
What you
question
got,
for you.
Arf?
Rob the Ref. What's the next chapter
Man,
in Rob's hoop dream?
I'm trying to climb still, y'all. Like, I feel like thank you for asking me that too, fam. I think, like, man, just because of, it's not because the shape I'm in, because I'm still in pretty good shape, man. I appreciate that pit bull thing too, bro.
Uh-huh.
I feel like on the college side, I'm about topped out. I'm not working no Power 5 conferences. I'm mostly, JUCO, D2, D3, NAIA. I'm not one of them bitter dudes that's gonna complain why I didn't get picked up. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I live with it. So I'm gonna continue that, continue my journey, like still working for some professional teams. And I'm looking possibly, obviously the funds gotta be right at I've been contacted by a couple of leagues from across the water, some decent pro side leagues. So right now I'm contemplating, it's gotta make sense. Money wise, if it makes sense, I'll make a move. If not, I just continue my journey on what I'm doing, man, and trying to make a difference in young people's lives, and continue with that striped shirt and just being me, man, just being me.